Hello everyone, welcome to the first video by the Ancient Trader. A brief introduction about myself. I'm an engineer by profession working full-time in a company and I trade part-time as an option seller. I trade only in Nifty index and in some stock option selling which are mostly positional trades. My trades are mostly hedge strategies and create strategies which has high probability of profit and hence lower the risk. The idea is to have as less screen time as possible during my day job. The idea of creating this video content is to keep a vlog on how I handle my trades which can be used for educational purpose. Today we are going to discuss the performance of this weekly expiry which is the 7th July and also how I choose the trade for the upcoming weekly expiry. Now let us have a look into our weekly trades for the performance. For this I use Obstra and here it indicates the weekly trade positions for the July the 7th, and as you can see the profit is around currently 29,000. I think that is what is reflecting, and I see that on my capital I have derived a profits of 0.8% and the profits remaining is around 3,000, and since it's around 10-11 o'clock in the morning, I prefer to close this trade and do not want to keep carrying this position for a long time on an expiry day. So I guess that 29,000 is what I would take, and before doing that let me exit all my trades. I trade in couple of accounts, one in Zerodha and the other one in Upstock, where to maintain the execution ability. So I exited the current trades, and yep. So now let's look into the option Obstra. Let's go back to Obstra again and close the strategy so that we know that we have a profits around 29,000. I'll update the exact values later. And going back, so this is my profits for this week, and the idea now is to create a strategy for the next week. The main criteria for me before I enter the trade is look into the charts of the Nifty and decide what are the break-even points which I want to decide. So going through this, let me go into the Nifty 50 charts, and as you can see today the markets had broken out successfully after withstanding a 16,000 close, and we see the markets are around 16,100. So I think it's quite stable market today. And before going further, I would like to plot my resistance and support points on a 1 hour basis chart, and as you can see my first resistance is around 16,200 and the next resistance would come around 16,500, and then it's finally the 16,750. And on the support side I see that 15,800 has acted as a very good support for a long time, so I believe that that would be the first support, and the second support would be around 15,700, which has been tested once or twice, and then finally that was the break-even low during the inflation data of the USA. So that would be 15,200. So when I start my trade, I try to keep a trade within this break-even and then create the adjustment so as to I target around 0.7% to 1% weekly. That is really good as an full-time professional and participating as a part-time trader. And coming into our strategies, what I do is a simple thing. Since the market is at spot at 16,100, I now go ahead and select the 21st July options, and I choose the at the money options, which is at 16,100, which is the spot. And since I trade with around 4 lots, I would go and buy each of them, and then it looks like I have selected only one of it, and before adjusting those, and I do a triangle basically as we saw on the charts, 15200 PE, which is on the safer side, and I sell around 40 lots over here, and the same I do over for the CE side, which is around 16700. So this creates my break even range. As I said, we had sold only one lot. I do a ratio of 1:10 with long straddle as well as the short triangle. So I'll sell 4 lots each on each side, and now you can see that the range is around 15,131 to 16,740. So I would pull this range only when it's inside, and I see that probability of profit is around 90%, and that is the goal that I would like to win 90% of the time. And the next adjustment comes only when it crosses one of the support or whenever the value changes. And going back with the next few days, I see that if the market doesn't move, it remains within the range of 19-20,000, which is around like roughly around 0.7%. So that is what I would kind of target now. And the break even ranges on Monday close is around 15,500 and 16,500, which is quite good amount of range. And if the market consolidates, I would be in better profit. And yeah, basically I would try to post everyday video about any more changes which I do on the live, so you would know how long it takes for the execution to complete. I would say for me it takes roughly around 10 minutes to create a trade and close the trade on a weekly basis, and mostly on a day basis it's roughly around 5 to 10 minutes each day, depending on the market moves, whatever happens. So let me go ahead and save this for the next year in Opstra. Next week in Opstra is 80 ancient trader Nifty July the 14th. So I will save it so that I will follow it up every day on what happened, so that it can be used for the education purpose, and it would suffice as an example of how the trade execution would go. So now, yep, this is about it, and I would go now and execute this trade in the stock market in Zerodha as well as Upstock. Thank you.